to give credit where credit's due, I think City are by far the best footballing team in the WSL.
When you dismantle the 7-time champions of the WSL, that clinically, you don't lose the league. You're not losing the league.
There was a different vibe with Chelsea, and I can't really explain it.
What you're seeing is a team, for me, and it might be controversial, that look like they've given up. You look at Spurs and something's definitely changed.
Yeah.
The quality, the energy, and the belief.
You know, when you notice someone, and I always remember coaching the academy, doing my coaching badge, and you know when you want to coach someone, but there was nothing much I could say because she was that good.
At this stage of her career, you know, she can easily go somewhere and get 2-3 years. If you're going to do any tweaking of the FA Cup, it's no longer the FA Cup.
If you ask them teams as well, they wouldn't want that.
No.
But if you ask the top teams that potentially could be seeded, I know for a fact they wouldn't. Welcome back to Crossways, everyone. I'm Steph Houghton, and this is the legend.
I'm Ian Wright today.
Are you happy because Arsenal are world champions?
Yes. Congratulations to Arsenal. Can I just say well done to Corinthians as well. Thought they were really good in respect of their endeavour and what they tried to do. You can see the game's still got a long way to go in respect of their tactical stuff. But honestly, the determination, the drive from them, their fans.
Oh, fans were cute, man.
Really good. But it was a good one for Arsenal to win. I think that as time goes by, the Champions Cup will become prominent. I think it probably turn into the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
That's coming. So it depends on where the leagues can find where to put it in, Steph. But I thought it was obviously Arsenal winning, I thought it was a really good inaugural one to win. I thought
it has to start somewhere and somewhere, doesn't it?
So. Really pleased for them. Really pleased for the ladies. Really pleased for the fact that FIFA's doing it. And I'm up for it. I'm up for anything that's going to be progression for girls and the ladies, for the playing, getting more eyes on the game. The game's more worldwide in respects of the reach of the game. Clubs from all over the world should be able to aspire to play against everyone.
Yeah.
So I'm quite pleased that's coming, and you know that's the first one, and it was a real good success because Arsenal won as well, of course.
Of course, and a bit of breaking news as soon as we just come onto the pod. Brian Sorensen's been sacked from Everton.
Sad news for him. You know, we know they've been up and down. We said it even last week. And they winning, and then they sack him. It's unfortunate for him, but they do need to find a real proper direction what they're going in, Everton at the minute, because you know they were very up and down. You don't know what you were going to get from Everton from week to week, and unfortunately for Brian, he couldn't get that consistency, and they thought that they've got to fire the bullet. Unfortunately for him, so good luck to him, but. Hopefully Everton have got a plan in place, Steph.
It's just a bit strange timing, isn't it? Because we were both on about the home record, both of us, on this podcast.
I feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
We know things happen off of the back of this podcast. We've seen it in the flesh.
But obviously they won on Sunday. They played well, and also the transfer window was shut.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a little bit of a... But I do get what you're saying this in the respects of Everton, what are they going to be? What type of women's team are they going to be? Are they going to be happy being in that bottom four, or are they going to try and strive to do what potentially what Spurs have done this season, where they're actually we've got ambitions to be competing for them Champions League places?
And you can feel something with Spurs.
Yeah.
Even again this week, I thought they were the two great strikes. But you look at Spurs and something's definitely changed.
Yeah.
The quality, the energy, and the belief. Now, you can see, if they're going to... What they do in the summer is going to be interesting to see. The players they add to what they've got already, because you can definitely feel the Spurs are changing. And that's something what Everton need to look at. As long as it may take, you've got to have a plan in place on how you want to play and how you want to move forward. Can't just leave it to a manager's results. Maybe they're not coached how you want them to be coached. Maybe they're not progressing as quickly as you want them to do. But then get somebody that you're going to give the time, Steph, and give him the capability to try and make the team better.
And you need it to be something that players that want to come and sign for them, even if it is about a project where that kind of ambition is going to be. Look at London City in terms of it's all about the project there. It's about what you could be part of. And if Everton can create something like that, because they've got Goodison Park to play on, unbelievable stadium, a stadium with such heritage, that's a pull for somebody to go and play there every single week. And I do feel like Everton could become one of them teams where they are really, really ambitious. So I'm actually interested to see who they do bring in, whether that's male or female, and in like what direction they're going to go.
Again, whoever Everton do go for, hopefully they give that person the time and the stability and the capability to do their job properly.
Yeah.
Because I do feel sorry for Brian Sorensen. Can we talk about Chelsea and what's going on? What is happening? What's gone on? It just doesn't. None of their. This
is new for us, isn't it? Chelsea territory. We've not really.
I think I saw a stat that they've not lost 2 games on the spin for something like 11 years. They haven't lost 2 games on the spin.
Yeah.
In the WSL.
You know what? That game on Sunday, obviously being there, like it was probably by far the best game that I've watched City for a long, long time. And being a pundit doing that game being part of City was amazing. So it was an unbelievable day for me personally, but also for the club. And I think to give credit where credit's due, I think City are by far the best footballing team in the WSL.
Yeah.
I think from a composure point of view, and the thing that we were probably missing was that clinical side of the game of being ruthless. And I think, like what you said in terms of that front four, but also the ability to bring players off the bench.
Yeah.
I think I said it at the end of the game. I think what's been different this season for City, I always felt that the fundamentals and the foundations were always there. It was like putting everything together at the right time. And I feel as though we haven't won the league yet. We haven't done anything yet, but we're going to put ourselves in a really great position. And I think we've made really shrewd signings. I think if you look at our front four that started on Sunday, they're all free.
Yeah.
We've not had to pay anything for Bunny. Viv was on a free, an experienced WSL player. You look at Carolyn, we got her from North Carolina Courage, scores a hat-trick on Sunday. Lauren Hemp, we got her from when she was at Bristol when she was younger, so the potential was always there. So I feel as though that was an area we needed to improve, is kind of bringing in players like Sam Coffey and spending money on her, but knowing that she's going to play some part at some point. Grace Clinton coming off the bench, and then you bring in a manager that is not only a good tactician, but also is very, very good with people. And you can just see, like, there was just a sense of the girls loving every minute at the Etihad.
They believed, didn't they?
Yeah, and of course they believe, because they've been on such an unbelievable run of being unbeaten for, I think it's 12 or 13 games in the WSL, which is ridiculous. And to have that scoreline against Chelsea,
it was a statement victory.
It was really was.
Like, bam, that's a real putting your flag in the ground, saying we're here. And people are saying, it's because they haven't got no Champions League and it's okay, we'll see what they do next season. That's all fine. That's all fine and good to say. But you can see, like you mentioned, with the squad, what they've got, and the squad they're going to hopefully build after this happens. Because, like, I can confidently say now, that City are going to win the league. You know, when you dismantle the 7-time champions of the WSL, that clinically, you don't lose the league. You're not losing the league. How many points are they in front now? 9?
It's 11, isn't
it? It's 11 points.
Manchester United,
11 points and flying. We're talking about, like, Carolyn was magnificent. You know, Viv is good.
That second finish, I
honestly,
knew you'd probably appreciate the finish, but you would never think that she would be that star girl on that day. Everything's about Bunny, about Viv. But you know what? I think she's, the last few games, I think, and this is what's probably changed with City, we're using players' strengths. So Carolyn likes to run. She likes to run space. She likes to dribble. And of course, her first finish from a corner.
Yeah.
But she's got the confidence to do it, and you don't hit that shot unless you know that you're valued and like the manager really values, and also the rest of your teammates do. And that was the difference. And you know what was disappointing was just, there was a different vibe with Chelsea, and I can't really explain it. And
you know what? Why you can't explain it is because what you're seeing is a team, for me, and it might be controversial, that look like they've given up. They look like they've given up on the fact that, okay, we're not going to win this year. We've got a new manager. It's not going as well as it could be. You know, players are not in great form. You know, and teams have kind of, like, I wouldn't say found you out or worked you out, but you maybe being serial winners like you are, it's tiring. You've got a real challenge in Man City. and you just haven't got the fight for it. They haven't got the fight for it. Chelsea, what we're seeing from them at the moment is something that you know, obviously Emma Hayes and what Emma Hayes gives as a manager and a player welfare, all that sort of stuff that's needed in the game, not only the women's but the men's. Everything seems to be missing from Chelsea at the moment. For a team as good as they are, what they've won, you can't be beaten like that.
It's missing, Ian, but they've got everything.
Yeah.
So, like, you don't win the league last season.
Yeah.
Sonia coming in as a new manager. And you know, it actually reminds a little bit of, like, Liverpool men's and Arne Slot coming in. You win your first league title, but then you come in and you can see that Sonia's trying to build her team the way that she wants to build it in terms of even the style of play. Like, we've seen them a lot this season in that 3-4-3 formation. Then you've seen them against you guys in a 3-5-2 with wing backs. On Sunday, it was a 4-1-4-1, and they'd never laid a glove on City at all. And you're thinking, okay, like, City haven't got the best of records against Chelsea of all the years that we've played, including the games that I've played. It's always been, like, really tight games.
Right.
And this was just not a Chelsea team where, when you're saying about giving in, that second half and that curling goal, that summed up the game for Chelsea. There was no organisation. It looked as though people were a bit out of ideas. There was no one really taking getting a hold of the game and trying to dictate. And I feel as though I'm going really harsh now, but I feel as though we have to, because we've criticised Arsenal a lot on this pod in terms of money that's been spent, expectation, resources. They're the trailblazers for the rest of the league to go, actually, we want to be Chelsea, Arsenal standard. Even from a Manchester City point of view, we've probably had to look at Chelsea and ask, okay, they're spending money. We need to we have to try and match them or do something totally different.
Yeah, but like, you know, it's not good to see. You don't want to see the champions going out like that. But again, we have to give City credit. And again, of course, they're not in Champions League. You know, they've got the players coming back. Still got Mary Fowler to kick back in. Remember how she started, and you know, so you look at it and you think, like, yes, the baton is definitely changing hands. It's going to be interesting what happens with Chelsea now, and what's going to happen with Sonia Bonpasta. How are they going to move forward with what I've seen of the last two games? Because I thought Arsenal outplayed them at Stamford Bridge, and then obviously we saw what Man City done. So a question must be being asked, but like, it's going to be interesting where Chelsea go from here. Chelsea and Sonia Bonpasta go from here, because at the moment it looks like it's a crisis. Yeah.
Did you see the interview after the game about the transfer window?
No, I didn't see it.
In terms of, I think Sonia wanted probably a few more bodies in this transfer window.
Wow. Okay.
Which is quite interesting, because in terms of what they have brought to the club, like even last year's January transfer, when we sat here and they were like, oh my God, Naomi Gurma's coming.
Yeah, good
Kia
signing.
Welsh is coming.
Yeah, good sign. We're not talking about like, they're big signings.
Yeah.
They're world stars, them two.
Alicia Thompson in the summer.
Alicia Thompson came as well. So it's interesting that she's saying that, because let's face it, Chelsea don't scrimp and scrape about getting players to their clubs. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch, Steph. I think that her saying that, what she's saying, that she wanted more signings, she needed more.
I mean, it sounds like it, but
wow,
it's they've got an unbelievable squad, and what they have done for this league and for women's football has been unbelievable. And that's what I'm saying. They are the standard bearers for a lot of clubs. They want to be that Chelsea team.
Yeah, because they're dominant. The thing is, if I'm an owner of Chelsea now, hearing her saying that she wanted more signings, I'm probably bringing her in to say, this is Chelsea. You got one of the best. Let's face it, players, they've got one of the best squads easily in Europe. You know, they're not performing. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? I'm never going to call for anyone to get the sack, but if you're going to call somebody in to say, like, well, Sonia, what's going on? You know what I mean? You've got some excellent players here. You know what I mean? Back to you. What's going on? Why are we playing like this? Why are we winning? You know, and they'll be in their right. So it's one to watch, because, like I say, the capitulation at City, if I'm an owner, I'm looking at that saying, I don't want that.
No.
You know what I mean? I don't want that, especially, what was it, 2 games? Not lost 2 games on the spin for 11.
Well, they've 3 defeats in the last 5 WSL games, which is as many as the last 60 games, which shows how unbelievable they've been.
Yeah.
But then this period now was really difficult for Chelsea. It'll be interesting to see which kind of way they're going to go when they've got Spurs on Sunday.
And the thing is as well, you have to probably think the Champions League, because that's what Chelsea want. I don't know if they can switch it on and off so they could switch it on in the Champions League, because the quality of the teams.
I just don't know whether you can do that, though,
you can't do that. You can't do that, Steph. The quality of the Champions League as you're getting into the latter stages goes to another level. And like I say, you see what City done to them. You know, that's something that can happen to them again. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Chelsea now, because I think they're at a real crossroads point.
Yeah. Right, okay, a bit of a controversial potential rumour about the Women's FA Cup.
Oh my gosh, when I read this, you know that character in Inside Out where his head just blasts off? It's just the anger in Inside Out.
We're human. Shall we tell everybody what the potential...
Go on.
So, the potential changes are about bringing 4 seeded teams in the FA Cup. They won't play each other, these 4 seeded teams, so they're pretty much protected. Then they'd have a bit of a bracket system from the round of 32, so you can map out which route you're going to take to get to the final. So basically the fans can then see where their team's going to be. And it's absolutely no from me.
You know something? It's a massive no. We're talking about the FA Cup. So if they're going to...
We shouldn't protect any teams?
No. Shouldn't protect, especially... We're talking about the FA Cup, and especially the Women's FA Cup, which the top teams will probably be there anyway. If you're going to do any tweaking of the FA Cup, it's no longer the FA Cup, because this is what the FA Cup is about. This is the foundation of the English game for me, the FA Cup, and the little guy playing the big guy, getting to a certain level, get to a certain stage in the journey.
It's about the underdogs,
It's exactly what it's about. Even if you get hammered by them, it's the journey, it's your progression. The FA Cup should not be touched. Why are you changing it?
Do you not think they're focusing on the wrong things?
Absolutely. The amount of things in the game that they can be focusing on, the FA.
It frustrates us because the FA Cup, like, we speak about the difference between men and women in the games, but the FA Cup is the same.
Exactly, yeah.
Like,
never changes.
The chance of them, say, tier 4, tier 5 teams being able to play the likes of Manchester United, Manchester City, Arsenal at the Emirates, like, how unbelievable is that? And you know what? If you ask them teams as well, they wouldn't want that.
No.
But if you ask the top teams that potentially could be seeded, I know for a fact they wouldn't want that either.
It's not how it's meant to be. FA Cup was everything for me.
Yeah,
everything for me. And like you said, Steph, the things that they could be focusing on in the game with coaches, the grassroots level, all those things that the FA should be doing, safe spaces for girls to be playing, trying to find leagues for the girls to be playing around the country so we can bring it all together and have a long and brilliant competition of just girls throughout the country. All these things that they could be doing, they're talking about seeding teams, which will probably get to the end stages of the FA Cup anyway. So as to change the FA Cup,
But even the bracket system, Ian, I can't.
You know something?
Like, this is not... And you know what? The FA Cup draw, for a lot of years, we need to make a bigger thing of it. And I think it needs to have that place in the calendar where everybody knows what the draw is.
Exactly.
To have a bracket, no. So we say no.
Absolutely no.
No.
And you know, the fans... and I'm sure the fans... I don't think you can find one fan who would say, yeah, I can see what they... No.
Anyway, we're not even halfway through the pod, but we're kicking off already.
Right.
We've got a few questions to answer from last week that we didn't get round to.
Yeah, because we got so many. Thanks again for those. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one's from, I think this is Alfus, and he says, who's the one player you're watching for the future? Who's yours?
Ooh.
Shall I give you mine?
Go on.
You know who I'm watching for? Lexi Potter. Chelsea. I think she was actually, I know she was at Palace, and when I watched her at Palace, she was outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
You could notice the difference with her. And I was very surprised that she didn't get some form of loan. I don't know what Chelsea kept her for squad depth or whatever it was, but when I saw her at Palace, I could see she needs to be playing a 6 or an 8. You could see future-wise, once she's playing regularly, she's got game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm hoping that, I think Leicester tried to come for her, but they said no on loan. But like, I'd love to see Lexi Potter get a run in the WSL.
Yeah, she was impressive, wasn't she?
I'd love to see Lexi Potter get a run.
My pick is Jane Oboavwoduo. She's 16 years old. Unfortunately, she's got an ACL injury at this moment in time. But Ian, like, I'm so excited for you to see her play. She is so skillful. Can play either wing or up front or in midfield. So very, very versatile. I think For the England youth team, she's been playing pretty much as a winger. For City, she's been used in different positions. But when I'm saying, like, when you notice someone, and I always remember coaching the academy, doing my coaching badge, and when you want to coach someone, but there was nothing much I could say because she was that good.
Just doing so much.
Yeah, literally with the ball. And I think when you've got them players that you can watch, it's so important you just let them be.
Yeah.
And then when you need to step in. But honestly, I think I can't wait to see her get back fit.
How old is she now?
16, 17 now.
I'll look out for her.
And I think she'll be the next one that comes into the City squad as a young player.
Okay, so Jane Oboavwoduo.
Yes.
Looking out for you. We've got another one here. This is from, is it Truman _S mum or something? Hopefully I've got that right. It says, what are the odds that Katie McCabe is playing for Arsenal next season? I think the odds are very low.
Yeah, very low. I wouldn't be putting a bet on it.
I think that, listening to it now, and we're starting to see the stories that looks like Katie McCabe's leaving at the end of the season, says to me this is probably the start of the rebuild. It's something that I've been calling for a while. I thought it should have happened. Should have happened already. But this is what happens. We're talking about one of our greats, right? In Katie McCabe. She's
10 years she's been there?
Yeah, she's won everything. Girl and woman, she's been there. And, like we spoke before about that Champions League performance and how great she was. I think she was easily primed one of the best left backs in the world in respect to the women's game. And she constantly, every week, she gives her best. Whatever you're thinking at this stage of her career, she gives her best. But the reason why I don't see it, that she's going to be there next season, is because Arsenal are trying to move on. And probably they're not offering her more than a year.
Yeah.
And people don't realise at this stage of her career, she can easily go somewhere and get 2-3 years.
Like that stability is massive, isn't it?
It's massive, yeah. It's massive for us. So as much as it will hurt, this is the process of trying to shake things up, change things around, and go again.
There's no doubt that she's been a massive player for you guys over the 10 years. Yeah. And I think like what you get with Katie McCabe is she's very different to a lot of players, but that makes her what she is in terms of, and I like the way that she plays the game in the sense of like technical ability, a delivery, a crosses, but also like that side that probably not many people do anymore. And I think when you play against it, it's frustrating. But I can imagine if she's on your team, you're probably thinking, all right, okay, you have to have that player. But I mean, and I get the reason that probably she might want to sign in 1 year, but if not, then it's because there's obviously other stuff that goes on apart from football. You want to be settled, you want to have that consistency, and you want to feel valued, don't you?
The main thing is that if Arsenal aren't going to offer her more than a year and other people are, then you can't blame her for moving on, no matter what's happening with Arsenal. But for me, her service has been unbelievable if she does leave or if she doesn't leave. But it does feel for me like probably look at even someone like a Beth Mead. It's going to be interesting to see what's happening with Beth Mead as well. Again, Beth Mead somebody that if I'm Beth Mead, I don't want to be offered a year. No. You know what I mean? If you're not going to give me like 2-3 years, at that stage, because she's still got so much to give. We've seen it in the games. Then, you know what I mean? I'm going to move. And this is what Arsenal, Arsenal got to be brave about what they're doing. They've got to have faith in the people they're bringing in because these are legends of our club if they move on,
Forever a legend.
Forever legend.
Your favourite time of the show? Predictions?
Yeah. You know something, Steph? It's not actually my favourite no more.
No? It was last week when you won.
It's true. I am very up and down with it, Steph. I can't lie. But this week, I don't feel up. And I'm going to read why I'm not feeling a little bit up about it. Okay, so the predictions, right? Steph, with 2 correct results, Spurs and London City Lionesses.
And you slayed me because of these. Why are you always putting 2-1?
Right, with the 2-1, the most popular score in football. So you got those correct. So you got 8 points. Yeah. And I got 4 points. So I'm in 36 with 56 points. And Steph is in 5th with 72 points. But at the moment, Beth Terry in 1st. Beth Terry with 75 points, but Steph, you're only 3 points behind.
Oh, come on. This is a big week then, isn't it?
Well done,
for
Beth.
Us all. Well done,
being
Beth.
Top. Gosh, I wonder what your secret is, Beth. I wish I knew what it was. Right, so this week's.
We'll do quick fire, so you just got to say it, okay?
Okay.
Don't think about it too much.
Okay.
Right, okay. On Saturday, Leicester v Manchester United.
4-0 Leicester. What are you going with?
4-0 Leicester.
No, 4-0 Man United.
That's what.
You see, everybody's heads around there in the gallery and everybody's turned around looking, laughing over there. Laughing.
I mean, it could be possible, but...
No, 4-0 Leicester. 4-0 Man United, sorry. 4-0 Man United.
I'll go 3-0 Man United.
Right, so London City Lioness is Everton.
I'm going to go...
New manager.
2-0 London City.
No, I should say no manager for Everton. I'm going to go 2-1 London City.
Okay.
West Ham Brighton.
I'm going to go West Ham 2-1.
I'm going to go 1-1.
Ooh.
Arsenal City. I think there's goals in this game.
I'm going to go 2-2. Were you going to do that? You can do the same.
I don't want to do the same because it doesn't feel good. And I'm not going to get points if I'm doing the same. We get the same points. I'm going to have to go for... City are playing so well.
No, I'm actually going to change mine.
What are you going to go to?
3-2 City.
To City.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go 2-2.
I knew you wanted 2-2.
You've got to go City with the way they're
3-2,
playing.
3-2, yeah.
You're going to go
good.
there?
I just don't want to jinx it.
Liverpool Villa. I'm going Liverpool, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think I am. You know something?
I mean, Villa
that would have been. This is
I'm
in 36th place. What am I going to go with Liverpool for? What have Liverpool done for me to say Liverpool are going to beat?
Because I think at some point it has to change.
No,
that's what you're
costing
thinking.
Me. No, I'm not going to go with Liverpool. I'm going to go Villa 3-1.
I'm going to go 1-1. And then Spurs Chelsea.
You know something?
You've hyped Spurs up now.
I've got to go for Spurs. I think Chelsea are in a real slump. And I think if Spurs, even when they went a goal behind against West Ham, still played their stuff, scored 2 really good. I'm going to go for Spurs. I'm going to go Spurs 2-1.
2-1.
You can't see it, can you? I can see it in the way.
Nah, I can't. I think it's going to be Chelsea 2-1.
See, this is where I lose because I was thinking Chelsea.
They're going to have to come back. Even though I really like Spurs at this moment in time, but this is a big game.
I can't big up Spurs and then say Chelsea are going to beat them.
No, you can't.
You know what I'm going to
go
with? I don't think that's a drawn game. No one's drawing that game. I think someone's winning it, and I'm going to go for Spurs to win it 2-1.
Stick with your gut. You happy with them?
I am. Yeah. What did you say?
Said 2-1 Chelsea.
2-1 Spurs.
Might as well just said 2-1 for all of them. But the Leicester 4-0. I'm
so disappointed. No, let's just get that clear. Man United 4, Leicester 0. So if Leicester do beat Man United 4-0, I'll just switch it back round.
Yeah, we can fix it if you want to.
I don't think it's going to happen, but thanks a lot. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you again next week. Take it easy. Bye from Crossways.
Bye.